Turn it around, zombie. Turn it around.
I'm not spinning.
Man, watch the good things. I'll tell you.
Daniel does his little drum solo.
It has no rhythm.
It's rhythm in my eyes, Chip. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight. April 30th, 2026, your Geaux Team. I am Daniel, your moderator. That is your moderator extraordinaire. On the other side of the transatlantic cable, as always, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Zombie Bob. How are you this evening?
Doing very well. Thank you for asking.
And down the river, Mr. Excitement, always the most excited for the intros. Chip, how are we doing tonight?
I'm excited.
Chip.
And last but not least, it's been a while. It's been too long. But the man, the myth, the legend, the LSU, the badass of LSU media, the outlaw, the Bayou Bandit, Mr. Lonn Phillips Sullivan.
Key focus on ass and out.
Ass and out.
Ass
It
is
was
out.
badass Billy Gunn, Mr. Ass. Wasn't badass Billy Gunn named Mr. Ass?
He wasn't Mr. Ass for you WWF followers back in the day. I know Zombie Bob is anti-WWF back in the day, even though he used to go to the Superdome and see the Junkyard Dog all the time in the 80s. He was not a fan of professional wrestling in the 90s. That's when it became...
What do you mean when I grew up?
Well, see, that's when I was a kid.
Well, you were a kid.
How old's your other brother, Zombie?
Do I have another brother? Oh, Rocky from St. Rose?
No, the
Angry Capri.
Oh, Angry Capri. If I am, he is 55.
Dude, I love him. Not as much as I love you, but I love him. And we're in the suites last year, watching the game. You know, he's got WW some what is it? What do they call them? They're not. You don't have to buy them anymore.
It was SmackDown. It was SmackDown because SmackDown's on Friday nights. I'm
I was
pretty
like,
sure.
dude,
No, Saturday nights. It was
people are gonna
Saturday.
see you watching.
Smackdown.
He was
And
watching.
it was on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I don't know, but he was watching something. I go, dude, what are you watching? I go, people are gonna see you.
Chip was worried about people looking down on him because he was with Angry Capri in the suites in Tiger Stadium. Not the suites. We were in the club section, Chip.
Okay.
In the club section. And Angry Capri is sitting at the ledge. There's bar stools where you can see out the glass into the stadium. And Angry Capri was busy watching professional wrestling. In his defense, I'm pretty sure that was the night John Cena made his return.
John Cena making his return.
Yeah, he's like, John Cena's
right.
making his return.
To get myself into trouble, to keep myself into trouble, right? John Cena, Angry Capri's oldest daughter, when she was a young toddler, looked like John Cena. She had the same face. I'm telling you.
I'm not going there. I'm not touching that.
I'm just saying. I've said that to Angry Capri previously. Because as a toddler, didn't she have a lot of bangs? Then she wore bangs, and so it's like the same face and ears. I'm just
Chip,
saying.
you got any comment on that one?
I think
You see it. You see it.
What's the haircut? He had the whatever that ghetto white guy haircut was. What was it? What do they call it in Louisiana? It's not the West Bank fade. Could be the
New Iberia haircut.
New Iberia haircut. Yeah, Caesar cut. He had like a Caesar cut.
She had bangs, and usually like a ponytail or something. So like,
she's a lovely girl though.
absolutely, she's my goddaughter. But back in the day, there was a resemblance.
I'm just gonna say it was too long ago. I can't remember, so I've got
You
no
taking a
comment.
bit?
One,
I
I got
think-
no comment one way or the other.
I
Fair
take
enough.
that as silence is compliance.
No, I'm saying it was too long ago. I don't remember. I need some picture evidence. So between now and the next episode, Zombie, get me a picture, and then I will take. I'll say one way or the other.
Okay.
We'll do it. I want to see this too.
So
I mean, I'm not, trying to stir shit.
See, I was trying to stir shit. That's all me.
So, Zombie Bob, we got Lonn here tonight. What's on the agenda for tonight?
Tonight we're talking LSU football. Why did I swing and miss on that?
No, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting you to make a joke about how it's a Wild Card Wednesday. Remember when we used to have Wild Card Wednesdays? Anything and everything may go.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. We've been pretty formatted Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this is kind of like a Wild Card Wednesday, LSU
On
football
Thursday?
centric.
on
But
Thursday.
with Lonn on board, things could go any direction. So
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of having Lonn. You're going to get deep dive behind the scenes, information nobody else knows, and you're going to go, no idea where this goes.
exactly.
Well, I mean, especially when we got him on tonight, there's not a whole lot else going on. Spring football wrapping up, and I mean, Chip and I ready to talk with Lonn. Like, there's no time. Look, I got my hoodie on. Yeah, my black hoodie.
You both of y'all are rocking.
I-
8 Mile
eyes-
hoodie.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, eyes wide shut. My 8 Mile hoodie. Chip is cracking me up, Lonn, because hey, fuck that motherfucker. He's got good hearing because he's got his hearing. His headphones, I was gonna say hearing aids. I
I
don't
can
even
hear
wear
it
my
perfect.
hearing aids, but
Oh
like you
my
can hear
God.
perfect,
Damn.
over the top, over the hood, and then the ears on the outside. Like I got the the pods in my ear, muffled so I can hear everything. I don't have that young hearing. It's like, Lonn, you got young kids. Daniel has young kids. Youth is wasted on the young, right? Like I can't hear shit, can't see shit, don't remember shit.
So much of the lack of hearing is from them screaming in the ears. Oh man, the amount of
You hear
times
it through
that
the phone.
happened, and it's just like, oh my God, what did you just do to my ear?
And you see, my kids were, my son was with me last week in town visiting from Seattle. And I don't
Nice.
remember my kids being loud. And I don't really remember my kids, once they were both together, both here, like they weren't bad. Like, I don't remember. I remember my dad yelling at me once, not yelling, but my son had a thing at, the terrible twos, and he would climb onto the dining room chair and then up onto the dining room table. And finally, the old man said something like, you think I would ever let that shit happen? I'm like, all right, relax yourself. All 5 of your children are emotionally, physically, verbally abused and suffering from the PTSD. Like, it's fine. I got it,
I wish I was there for that.
Yeah, I don't have much hearing left thanks to my 2-year-old daughter. Like just in the ear 24/7 every morning, every night. We're going through we're in the thick of the terrible twos right now.
That's the thing. My son wasn't very loud, but Ari, she's a newborn. She's still in that 4-month stage. Like, man, she is so loud. She is so
4
loud.
months already. Yeah, 4 months already, Lon. That's fast.
Feels like
We
yesterday.
absolutely love her to death, but man, she is earth-shakingly loud. It's awesome, but it's also like, oh my God, Ooh, girl, give us a second. We're coming.
Yes.
Right. Well, that's funny because the loudest memory I have of my daughter, she was born 4 weeks early. Her mother actually, funny thing, my ex-wife, she went into labor for our son, but her water never broke. For our daughter, her water broke, but she never went into labor. So she was in the hospital for a week because they were letting our daughter, stay in the oven for another week because they were concerned about her lung development. And like it was a very serious delivery. I didn't get to cut the cord. or anything like that. They had a neonatal specialist in there. They had a gazillion nurses in there, and that girl came out screaming. And I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with that child's lungs. And there wasn't, but that was the loudest I remember my daughter being was that moment. So,
well, and that was that was a great loud. That was like a great sign.
Yes. So, and actually, we didn't. Daniel knows the story. We didn't even have her name picked out, and so then the nurse looked at me and said, "Well, okay, what's her name?" And I'm like, "I think it's this." And I looked at my wife, and she's like, "Yeah." And so that's how she got her name. So
there you go.
Like process of elimination, okay. I mean, I'll just tell this storyline before we get into everything else. My ex-wife's father passed away when she was 8 years old, right? And so when we had our second, with our son, we knew it was a boy. We knew what we were going to name him. Yada yada yada. For our daughter, we wanted to be a surprise, and so my wife plays the deceased father card, right? Like, well, if it's a boy, I want to name it in honor of my dad, and it's very hard to go against, the deceased family member, right? Like in this case, it was her dad. It wasn't like it was a grandmother or a grandfather or an uncle, like her dad, right? And so I'm like, can we make it his middle name? If we have a boy, because her dad's name was George. And, I'm like, can we do something George? Like, I don't want to go with George just as his first name. It's very hard to, whatever. Well, then we're getting closer and closer and closer. Well, then it comes out that she wants to honor her dad, whether it's a boy or a girl. And I'm like, oh, no, time out here, right? Like, never in a gazillion years did I grow up wanting to have a daughter named Georgette, Georgiana, Georgina, George Booba. Yeah, like seriously?
Not like George Foreman naming all of his.
No, not his 5 sons named George. And I'm like, no. So then we had a standoff on that one for a while. So it's like I had a great aunt named Vivian, and who I adored, and I wanted her name to be Vivian if it was a girl, and call her V or Vivi or something like that. So finally, it had to be you toss all of your names, and I'll toss all of my names. For the girl. If it was a boy, their middle name would have been George, but which I think is fair. But my daughter's name is suits her perfectly, so she's good. Anyway, hardcore variety start tonight. So we enough of the bullshit from Zombie Bob. We got G Moose and Chance and chat. We got Percy, who is LSU's top fan. Thank you. And
he wants to know, Lonn, are these guys good? Or are these good guys?
Why else would I be here? Like, that's the thing, is I I really shouldn't even be able to do this podcast, but because it's you guys, I'm like, we have to. Like, Chelsea's watching both of them. Like, one of them's like falling asleep while the other one's kind of just being occupied while she's cooking. I got everything set up for her, but I'm like, I gotta do this shit for at least 30 minutes because it's you guys. Well, then, hell yes, Percy.
Yeah. Well, then I apologize that I've just been doing a stupid ramble when you got your wife doing all of that in the background. And
this is what we do.
I know, but you're going to get the old cartoon hook. Like the cartoon hook would come into and grab Bugs Bunny body around the neck, boom, and then out she go.
She understands. I mean, like, she understands. Like, this is what it's going to take. I mean, there's times that I have to watch the kids for stuff that she's doing, I mean, it's a give and take.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Successful relationships are exactly that.
And the grandparents help out like crazy. And they're probably going to be having to, and they've committed to helping out pretty much every weekend this fall for games and stuff. So we're going to see where that will go.
Right. And you see, here I am on my end begging for grandchildren, like any of them. Like, all right, one of you 4 got to pop out a kid sometime while I'm still around here. Like I'll watch them. Yeah, I'll take care of them. A lot of people
aren't having kids.
I know, a lot, and that's just like a general sentiment, So, but anyway, all right. So, Lonn, other than that, how's everything in your world? Let's dive into it. The world of Lonn.
We're just plugging away, just trying to raise our game every day with the site, trying to make it all look better, trying to produce better shows, write better articles, trying to crack the code with certain things, trying to really figure out what this team is about and what this team is capable of. That's really kind of the goal day to day. Trying to be the best dad and husband I can be, and then just trying to do this job the best I can. And we come up short most of the time, but I think the longer the longer you fail at something, if you just keep going and hammering at it, I don't think there's a thing that's like eternal failure. I think you'll at some point get over the hump, and so that's what we're hoping for.
Yes,
No,
and now you got your Twitter back. You're out of Twitter jail.
Yes,
And so hopefully that will get you over the next hump too. Or, hurdles in your way are a lot larger than the hurdles in our way because you've gone a lot further than we have.
that
So
was frustrating.
I wouldn't categorize it as a failure by any means, Lonn. Yeah, the three of us have been fans of yours for a long time. And you're always the one person out there pumping out actual news. You know what I mean?
It's been a second there because a lot of the stuff Kiffin has just been like, here's what's happening. Like you haven't really had to like dig deep like a hidden Brendan Sorsby situation or something going on like that at LSU. Like pretty much everything that was going on at LSU, whether it was Kiffin or just the school or whoever, it was like, here's what's going on. Gabriel Elliford out, boom. You can tell who by, that was kind of released by the school by who broke the news for that. So it's been kind of not hard to break news, but a lot of the stuff I've heard, the second I'm hearing it, they're kind of on top of it. Like Kiffin, it's been very interesting from a news perspective to see how kind of he deals with that. I haven't gotten in trouble for any like breaking news on injuries or anything like that. Whereas for Kelly, anytime you said anything about injuries, they were after you. Like, so it should be interesting to see how that develops with Kiffin.
Yeah, completely new dynamic, and it is almost like an open book so far. But that it's also because we're in the spring, so maybe they're. Because I remember Orgeron did the same thing. He invited everybody in when he was the interim in that first spring, but then when the season rolled around, kind of closed the doors a little bit.
I'm actually worried, and I've heard rumors that fall camp we're barely going to get any access, and so that's something that worries me. But also at the same time, Kiffin has been notorious for like being extremely like, I'm giving you nothing when it comes to injuries or news. He kind of understands I mean, why would you want to do that? Like as a coach, why would you want to, hey, my guy's hurt in the ankle, so hit him low, like, hey, why would you ever want to give them a target zone? Brian Kelly would say the dumbest things with stuff like that, particularly considering Garrett Nussmeier. Hey, hit him here. Hey, he's hurt here again. Hit him there. It's just unbelievable. But Kiffin, you can expect him to really take control of the situation, take care of his players, and I expect some media confrontations as well. I expect us to find out where he sees that line, okay, and how thin or how thick his skin is. We will find that out for sure.
Yes. Chance says Koki will fuck up any coverage y'all get. So that's Koki Riley.
Koki will fuck. What do you mean by that? Koki.
He said Koki Riley will really wouldn't that it was Chip, you would know this, that Koki Riley was the one that revealed too much information in the spring and
he did that for Ed, right? Yeah, he's like Ed got pissed off at him instead of Brian Kelly, right?
No, I thought it was
Kelly.
the spring. Or maybe it was the spring.
It was Kelly because Koki Riley wasn't around when I was starting doing this. Koki came around, I think, 2022.
Somebody pissed him. Ed got pissed off at somebody.
Ed got pissed off at everybody at the end.
I know Kelly got pissed at Koki many different times, and I think kind of harshly. He would kind of just he kind of started picking on Koki Riley in all actuality in some of the press conferences. He'd be like, now Koki, like yeah, I'm not kidding about this. It was outrageous. Jacques would ask him basically the same question like 5 minutes before, and he'd be like, "Well, Jacques," and kind of give this kind of political answer, but then Koki would ask it, and he'd now Koki, like he just kind of give him an ass spanking. So it's kind of. I don't think I actually like Koki. I've had no problem with him. He's cool.
I heard he's a really nice person.
Yeah, so Koki did reveal this spring that they were using freshman defensive tackle on offense.
Oh, that means Big Rich.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, what was he told not to?
Yeah, so they were told before. I heard another podcaster, I'll just say that they weren't allowed to say specifics when it came to scheme.
Right.
Yeah,
So like players in certain positions, like, well, if a wide receiver is split out wide, you can say that or whatever, or a tight end split out wide, but you can't say like
somebody's lined up where they're normally not lined up.
Yes,
man. If someone doesn't know the particulars of football, they could easily kind of screw that up and make that mistake of like, well, I wasn't telling you this, I was just telling them this, when that's quite a big deal. To reveal that little scheme, that little real wrinkle there, like because Big Rich can pull it off. I mean, as we've seen.
Gosh, yeah, he looked very fluid running that.
It was Deuce Gerald's.
Oh, it was Deuce Gerald's. Shit, man. So they can do both with those guys. Damn.
Well, Deuce did play running back in high school a little bit. So I mean,
well, obviously half of our chat listens to Koki.
Well, that became a big deal.
Right.
And so I think it was, it had to be Chip that said that. The other podcaster was Blake Ruffino. We didn't have the dramatic pause there. Just answer the fucking question. Jesus.
Yeah.
So moving right along, Lonn, what was your biggest?
Chip
are looking at me like,
Lonn, what was your biggest?
I wasn't meaning to go silent. Everyone else.
We'll keep on track here. What's your biggest surprise / takeaway from spring ball under Lane Kiffin?
Biggest surprise / takeaway? Surprise. Probably the lack of corner depth. That's kind of been Kiffin really talked about that, of just like there's no one who stepped up, and out of all the film I've watched, I was kind of like Jakeem Jackson. There's nothing here. Even Aiden Anding, he was stepping up, but you didn't know, maybe he was the best of the backups there, but you just didn't really have much at corner outside of Pickett and Woodland, and you're kind of worried about that, about depth behind them. And I was just kind of stunned to hear kind of Kiffin really basically say, if there was a portal, we'd be going and shopping right now. And just basically throwing the gauntlet down and challenging the players. And then also how Kiffin said that a lot of the guys in the room, in his own room with all of his players, all of his squads, say that a lot of them who raise their hands saying they love football don't really love football. Just some of the stuff that Kiffin has said about, just been very real about things, just really open about things. It's been a breath of fresh air for someone who is no bullshit, has no problem calling out the bullshit, but isn't really. You just felt so politician-y and skeevy, and you felt like there was always these ulterior motives with Kelly. You felt like he was telling you this to do this in the background, or to achieve this end, to get you to look over here. You felt like there's a lot of that type of shit. With Kiffin, I don't really. He kind of is just a football guy, and it's just about focusing on football. Also, what he revealed about Sam Levitt just working his ass off through injury and being really dialed into the team, as dialed into the team as maybe a guy like Jaden Daniels was in the past while he's dealing with this injury. Very involved, dissecting the Kiffin offenses. Overall, the biggest takeaway for me is just, man, seeing the offense over the course of spring, especially the offensive line, really begin to figure out that Kiffin, that fast paced, that heavy metal offensive style, that up tempo, no huddle style of Kiffin offense, where the offensive line is flying up to the line. You're getting a lot of plays off. We have been dreaming and drooling for an offense like that at LSU for years. We had it in 2019. We had pieces of that in 2023. Not really up tempo, but just because of Jaden Daniels, it was. But we're going to have it now this season. We're going to have it now in the Kiffin era with Charlie Weiss calling the plays. It looks really, I mean, them being challenged by this defense, a defense this good, this fast, it's just going to raise their level. Our defense actually having to practice against a running quarterback for once. That's going to help them big time in the season, I think, because they just flat out did not even practice against a quarterback who could run these RPO, keeper, these plays, these running plays as a quarterback against the defense. We just didn't even practice it. We weren't even ready for it. It's incredible. They actually have practiced that, and with Levitt coming back, they'll have to deal with his speed a little bit more. It's probably limited more in how they'll run him in practice, but still, it'll help them kind of gauge the speed of opposing quarterbacks. I'm very excited about both sides of the ball, guys. I think you're gonna have a fast-paced offense. If you can get Sam Levitt fully unleashed with these skill position weapons, with an offensive line that at least has 3 really strong anchors in there, with Jordan Seaton at left tackle, Braylon Moore at center, and then right guards Alu Ba. You kind of don't know what you're going to get at left guard or right tackle, but at least with those 3, we got some strong options. But you are loaded at receiver. You're loaded at running back. You have a dynamic Heisman contender level quarterback who's come in. This should be something really stratospheric, even in year 1. This should be something really entertaining and special for LSU fans who suffered horribly through last season. Going from that offense to this offense, it might really shock some people how quick that turnaround can happen.
Yeah, I was shocked at the news at the beginning of spring was about how the defense was dominating. And then at the end of spring, it was about how basically the offense is running the ball. I mean, nobody said at will, but you read the tea leaves there. I mean, it was kind of, we're running the ball at will.
There was a lot of explosive plays and from a lot of different running backs.
Yes. And so, but as Chip always says, the offense and the defense can't both be doing great. So is it one where, is the defense struggling against that running quarterback, because they're seeing that Kiffin offense? If so, it's only going to make them better come season time. So
there was no opportunity to even sharpen that iron, Daniel, last year, because you just didn't have the personnel to even run that. And if you did with Michael Van Buren, you just didn't even run it. You just didn't even practice it. There was no specific, no matter the analysis, no matter the film, I never saw them running anything like that. I have seen them running those type of drills, those type of specific sets to get the defense prepared for that. I've seen them do that all over the spring practices, nonstop, because that's what they're going to be running on offense for LSU's offense anyway. So it's really going to bring out the best of guys like, maybe Davon Keys, Ty Benefield, Deshaun Spears, Whit Weeks, especially TJ Daughtery in the open space. We're going to see just how strong tacklers there are. I think it's going to raise their game. Hopefully in fall, they're going to actually practice tackling and actually let it rip. I know injuries can happen, but the tackling has let us down in a lot of respects. Not last year, thank God, but most seasons before that. I want to see this defense totally gel together. I want to see this offense totally gel together and just battle it out. I want to see the seesaw battle through fall camp.
Yeah. G-Moose said Van Buren having issues at his new school. I heard that too.
I saw it on Twitter today. Where is he? South Florida, Central Florida?
South Florida.
South Florida. I saw
Zombie.
that.
When you smiled, I thought you were going to put up Chance's comment about Bo Bordelon and his mother.
I did.
Oh, you put that one up already? I
put
didn't
it
see
up.
that.
Well, Lonn said, they've been running the ball very well against this defense. And I'm like, Bo Bordelon settling in at left guard has a lot to do with that, or some to do with that. So I had popped that up on there. I smiled when G Moose popped that on there because I was literally going to say, well, Van Buren's not doing so great over there. I mean, Lonn, last year when Nuss was injured, struggling, whatever it was. I kept saying, we paid $140,000 for this backup quarterback. Like, why aren't we putting him at $140,000? And now, how naive of a statement that was. Even though we did, it was true, but now we have Longstreet pretty much has cemented himself this spring as the number 2, although Clark did well. But pretty right now, if we're opening up this weekend against Clemson, Longstreet's your number 2, right?
Oh God, yeah. He's had moments where he just really wasn't pushing it as much as he could. He was kind of being safe, and the coaching staff kind of called him out and said, "Just let it rip." And he had that scrimmage where he threw, I think, 3 interceptions and still put up a bunch of yards, but he threw 3 picks in a single scrimmage, and then he bounces back a week later. Almost, I think it was 350 yards, 342, somewhere in that area, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, and 27 or 25 completions somewhere in that area. Mm-hmm. Ridiculous bounce back right there, and led the offense to over 800 total yards against the defense. So you've seen him be able to rebound, and he can just sling that thing all over the place. He will actually be able to hurt a defense with his legs, not Jaden Daniels. He's not even Sam Levitt as a dual threat, but he can hurt a team with his legs. And sometimes that's all you need. Landon Clark, man, he's got a howitzer for an arm. There's just a lot of wasted plays with him. There's a lot of errant throws crazily with him. He'll look really sharp one play and then really just kind of throw a duck the next. So it's kind of his development, taking the next steps from transitioning from Elon to LSU. I think he's made a great start, really, considering. And Houston Longstreet, you have what an incredible wealth of riches at quarterback, guys. We have 2 top 10 quarterbacks.
Right.
And then you have Landon Clark, who's a worthy backup. You have so much to build on for the future too. And they just had a full spring where they basically had to, they got starter and second team reps where, maybe one of the guys would have had that experience. Now, both those guys had that experience and a lot of plays. They're running over 177 plays per practice at spring. They're getting the work off, guys. It's almost like 5-6 times more work than we got out of last spring. Because I remember asking someone at LSU, I can't reveal who this is, but someone who I'm like, hey, do you guys possibly have data on how many plays they ran by this point in spring? They're like, hell yeah, we have that data. And they're like, dude, it's almost 5-6 times. I think it was 5.5 times more plays than they ran in spring 2025. That's how much more work they're getting. And you can see it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Even without having those stats, I could just tell you that they're getting more off just by studying the film from last time and then studying the film from this time. You don't even have to be there at the practices, which helps because they're giving you so much access, of course. I would rather be there but I have to deal with what I have to deal with and do what I have to do. Studying all the film that I can get, it is incredible how many reps they're getting in.
It's crazy.
Like they're practicing that Lane Kiffin game mindset already.
I think you said it perfectly earlier, Lonn. Breath of fresh air. That's just it. It all is. And by the way,
yes,
I'm going to do what I can to get you down here this fall. So whatever you need, let me know. We'll figure it out.
Chip will drive that Corvette up to you and drive you back.
Chip will sell that Corvette.
selling Corey the Corvette.
Right. Oh, it's got a name. Okay.
You guys have
Oh,
no idea how much missing this spring was just annoying. It was awful, but there's a lot of crazy shit going on where it was like even the airport here in Salt Lake was so screwed up that it was like I saw all these flights to Baton Rouge that were there, flights to New Orleans that were there and then canceled. I'm like, could I have even flew down there? Like what? It was madness. So hopefully by fall camp and all that things will be figured out, but I also have a few potential ideas to be flying this summer. It's just all about um, availability, affordability, just being able to do it. I've Listen, guys, you know me. I'll quit the job I have, the day job I'm stuck with to keep the lights on for the kids. Obviously,
for sure.
I'll quit that thing in an instant if I could replace it with doing, covering LSU.
Right.
Obviously, that's
Sure.
the dream for everybody. But I think it's kind of crazy. I think I'll look back on these days kind of fondly later on and kind of be like, how the hell did we even make that happen? Like right now, Chelsea's making dinner. She's making spaghetti, amazing spaghetti, by the way, while trying to satiate Sage's madness, 3-year-old madness, while dealing with Ari. I mean, just we'll look back on these moments, I think, and be like, damn, like that was kind of cool. So I
Yeah.
just
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love the journey of it all. I want to be down there. I want to cover the team desperately, and I want to make it part of my family's legacy as
Right.
well. I want my sons and my daughter. I mean, not my sons, my son and my daughter to be part of this. The LSU. That's why when I wake up and, I come into a room and I see that Chelsea's got Ari dressed in the LSU thing or Sage. I'm just like, yes, like I don't even have to indoctrinate them. Chelsea's doing it for me already.
Right. Right.
Hell yeah.
That's
Like,
awesome.
That is
That's awesome.
absolutely. And then to be a part of that journey. Right. I mean, and because we've talked about it, extensively, like pretty much, everybody gets into this, like, your dad, your grandfather, an older family member, is already, I'm going to say indoctrinated, but, it's already in, or it's already a fan of that program. And then that's how you grow up. It's like you bleed purple and gold or whatever colors, I don't know, there are other football teams worthy out there, but, everybody's a sports fan for a reason. It's usually, family related, at its core. So,
you guys had that crazy cool experience. Well, I shouldn't say experiences because of your dad taking you to all those games and you guys having this crazy, meeting of the minds, this meeting of the family members, meeting of the tribe at Death Valley every weekend, and it was always, I mean, the stories you guys have already told me, epic as hell, and I know there's way more. I know there's way more.
yeah.
I know there's even better ones than I've heard too, because we're on air. The off air stuff has got to be even better. But I think that's really what I distill the whole LSU experience in is that faith family football kind of convergence and the cathedral of football that Death Valley is, baby.
Right.
I just want to be there, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
I'm
happen.
gonna-
Daniel, I'm gonna go off screen for a second. I have that end zone picture of the box from the Notre Dame game, 97, 98.
97.
No,
Yeah.
it was
I've got a
cold.
couple different versions, so I don't know if you have the same one I do.
Let me pull it. I know it's in this chest of drawers right here. Hold on one
Because
second.
I know that our
There's
cousin,
probably a few.
yeah, our cousin took some against Mississippi State. Remember that Mississippi State game that was hot and rainy, Chip?
1996.
Yeah, so we have pictures from that one, and then I think we have one where we're in winter gear, so that one must be the Notre Dame one.
I think we went up
Holy
23
crap.
nothing in that game. Just ran the ball down their throat, and then I think it ended up being like 20-28. But Mississippi State was a pretty good team back then. Poor Chop Woolman.
Yeah, our cousin was very into photography that time, and so he took all kinds of pictures. So I have his entire film that he took that day.
That game was musky and hot.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
So then
Oh, yeah, that's Notre Dame. That's 100%.
yeah, Notre Dame.
You nailed it. That's 100% Notre Dame.
The overcast sky.
By the way, that game was freezing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's nothing colder than the wind in the Midwest. The winter wind in the Midwest, late fall. Oh my God.
That's
So you see this
yeah,
little
LSU.
bitty thing right here? That's Daniel right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, it was freezing at LSU.
And then the old man in the yellow, and then
Hell
that
yeah.
good-looking guy right there would be me.
Look at that young
Yes.
buck. Look at
Young
that
zombie Bob wearing the Kevin Falk 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sick.
That's Kevin Falk jersey and Zombie Bob were synonymous with the 90s. Like every
yeah.
LSU game, no
And
matter
you got
how
a
cold.
show. You got a show against Notre Dame with Kevin Falk too, because I didn't he destroy Notre Dame? Or am I mixing that up?
So
with
no,
Michigan
you're
State?
right. He did destroy Notre Dame his senior year. We still ended up losing when we went to Notre Dame in '98. I think he had 150 yards, ran back a kickoff. But in 1997, we actually played him at home, which that game was at home, and lost. Got our ass kicked to not a very good Notre Dame team. I think they started out 1-6, and then they ended up winning their last 5 to make a bowl game, which ended up being in North Louisiana in what was the bowl? Poulon Independence Bowl.
Independence Bowl.
And Rondell Mealy had 233 yards against him because I want to say Falk got banged up in the first quarter of that game.
Is that the bowl game we wore the white helmets?
Yeah, yellow
Yes.
jersey.
Yeah.
Yep, they actually Falk actually faced Notre Dame 3 times in his college career.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How weird and how rare
Right.
would that be?
Yeah, it was
especially back then. Holy crap!
You know what's crazy about that picture Zombie Bob just showed is our old man would never leave games early. But that game, we left in the third quarter.
The Notre Dame game?
Yeah.
Really?
We weren't moving the ball. I think it ended up being
27-9, I think is what
we just couldn't move the ball. We just played horrible. It was freezing cold.
It was freezing.
And he doesn't even look like he has a jacket on. The old man.
It was windy too. So if it was their type of football game, I mean, it looked, as you could see, it looked like Notre Dame.
Exactly. The overcast sky. I just knew it instantly. Yep, that's Notre Dame. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shout out Dominic in the chat. We hadn't seen Dominic in a few weeks.
I gotta head out sadly, but you guys, let's set up another one. You guys
Absolutely.
come on our show, and
that'd be great.
Let me know what time and what schedule works for you, and you guys come on our show, and we'll do something awesome.
We'll cross pollinate.
Yeah. We're also thinking about doing some other stuff. So Lonn, I'll keep you all that.
But Lonn, we really appreciate your time. We know that you had the family right there and young kids at that, of course, the wife, and send everybody our best. And we really appreciate you popping in tonight.
And we can definitely set it up for some days where they won't be here, so we can have a lot more time, because now we're kind of setting up a schedule where things will be a lot more possible with that. They're already starting to open up big time. I think, as you guys have seen from our own show, we're starting to get a lot more consistent with this stuff, and we're not being interrupted by madness going on. But we do what we have to. We do what we can.
Right. Always a pleasure, Lonn.
Zombie
we really appreciate
Bob, Daniel, Chip, love you guys.
Right.
Talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
All right. You the man, Lonn.
Right.
What a beast.
That felt like 5 minutes.
Really, right?
I see him go. I was like, gosh, darn.
Well, thanks for letting me grab that. I knew I had it in the.
That's
in the
great.
drawer.
I think I've seen that before. I'm sorry I thought you were talking about the one that was on the Advocate, because there is a picture of them in the Advocate after the.
That's the one right behind me.
Well, the question is, who took this picture? There's 9 of us in the box.
Well, your cousin, right? Because he was in the photography.
No, the one I'm talking about, Brian. That's the one I have on my desk. The one Brian took, and there's only 8 of us. No, the one on my desk. You know who took the picture? Zombie. You took the picture because you're missing in the picture.
But is that the same game?
No, the one on my desk is from 96 Florida.
Hey,
I mean, 96
picture
Mississippi
again?
State, sorry.
Show the picture again. That's awesome.
I think we got a random person to take
Far
the
left.
picture.
Is that the missus? Is that your?
Yeah.
That's her. Gosh.
I remember one of the first games I took her to. Like, I don't know where she, and this isn't a crude joke, I don't know where she had it hidden. She pulled out a banana. And like as kickoff is starting, like she pulls out a banana and she starts eating it. And Chip, I was like mortified. I'm like, put that away. Somebody's going to see you. And she's like, it's a fucking banana. I'm like, there are no bananas in Tiger Stadium.
Percy, we're going to need more clarification on who the orange
Girl
is.
is. I don't know. Dominic said he took the picture.
Dominic was, I remember Dominic now. That's why I remember him, because he wants in. He wants to join the show.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there's 9. I was there were only 9 seats.
Yeah, I
now
think
you see,
the old man
somebody,
probably, you know what? You know who took it?
huh.
You know what's crazy is I was 12 years old in that picture, and I remember this. Remember how it was like a marshal that worked that gate forever. I don't remember his name, but he worked that gate forever. He took
I bet
that
you
picture.
Angry Capri knows his name.
Yes, Angry Capri would
would
know his
know.
name.
Right.
But it was the marshal that worked that gate forever.
Okay. And the box said it doesn't exist anymore. Literally.
That's the coolest part about that.
Cannot be recreated.
So
Probably Snooki called him out, I'm guessing. SEC Snooki.
if he's talking about SEC, that's who I think he's talking about. And I wouldn't define her as orange. I would define her as bronze.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can look like an Oompa Loompa if you're too.
There's a fine line between orange and bronze.
Maybe it's her other two friends, JWoww and Sammy Sweetheart. I don't know. The Ole Miss fan and the Alabama fan.
Hey, Dominic wants to know, Zombie, how did you feel about the draft?
Well, time will tell. But initially, I'm assuming we're talking about for the Saints. Initially, vibes are really good. Vibes are high. So
even Max vibes are high for Max.
Yeah,
that was a telltale sign that both of them were on the same page.
That
I thought
disappointed
Max
me.
was going to be a little bit more grounded.
I was just mad about the first pick. Not mad. I was just had my hopes up. I was like, oh, we're gonna get the dude off my guy. So, but I mean, I've been.
Well, but you see, I don't think he was ever. Obviously, he didn't get selected. But I told you that Nick Underhill said that he had 2, articles ready to go. One on offense, one on defense. If this guy got selected, Jordan Tyson was his offensive guy. Mansour Delane was the defensive guy. It wasn't Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not they didn't think he was going to fall to number 8, I mean, then he went to 12, 11, or 12, 11
Cowboys.
to the Cowboys. But Mansour Delane. So,
I mean, I'm not mad. I wasn't ever mad.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, damn it. But he's a really good wide receiver. And the fact that his injuries aren't from the same injuries, I think is a good sign. And they're not like one of those injuries where he planted and blew his knee out, They were just freak accidents that like he got hit.
I was listening to Nick Underhill today. I was listening to somebody. No. I can't think of it, but it was somebody else. But they were talking about the Giants draft. Like, so, and I've talked about this. Max has talked about this, and I know that we want to get back to LSU football.
I love talking.
The Saints are organizing the offense in such a way that Tyler Shuck has no excuses. Like if he doesn't make the step, if he has a sophomore slump or whatever, like there's no excuse with the offensive line. Like they're going to know what Tyler Shuck is or isn't by the end of the season, barring multiple catastrophic injuries, on offense. They're going to know. Whereas they felt like with the Giants, with Jackson Dart, who a lot of people wanted the Saints to draft last year, but the Giants went back into the first round and got him. But Scatterboo is coming off a huge injury. Malik Neighbors is coming off of a huge injury, and not that they didn't need help on defense, but they just kind of like compared and contrasted the Saints surrounding Tyler Shuck with all of this offense to make sure that he's got, they have the guy and he's the guy. And Jackson Dart, I mean, look, maybe they're married to him regardless, but they liked and preferred the Saints approach to put as much talent around Shuck on the offensive side of the ball this year. So interesting that Dominic brought up the Giants.
Yeah.
I was going to Lonn, and I don't know if we talked about this the other night when I wasn't here. Sorsby, did LSU? I mean, if Cincinnati knew going into 2025 that he had a gambling issue, was LSU aware of that when they were pursuing him in the portal?
I think he was always just a lock for Texas Tech.
Yeah, I do think there was some mutual interest in LSU. I think if he had to go somewhere, it would have been LSU. I do worry if Brian Kelly was here, he would have thrown the book at him and gotten him, and then we would have just not had him for the rest of the year. Because he would definitely not have known about anything bad because he wouldn't have cared.
No, his golf caddy would have told him.
Yeah, his golf caddy. But
no, I think that Sorsby was because his girlfriend's at Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Tech was always offering him more money than anybody else. Yes, he flirted with LSU, but I remember saying on the show that it was good that it was a good sign that we were runner up, because it was really just a done deal there.
I'd heard that he was at the basketball game and they were like watching him on FanDuel too much. So they were just like, when he was down here, when he went, he betted the under like $2,000 and like, what are you doing, dude?
Chip's getting you with sources there. Chip had some inside sources.
I'm just kidding. I just know I'm glad we dodged the bullet. I'm not that we ever had the bullet was ever coming at us. So I don't know. I mean, it seemed like Kiffin definitely was interested though, right?
Yeah, LSU was definitely interested in him, but I don't think he was seriously interested in LSU.
Yeah, I think that's a good assessment.
Zombie, they definitely I mean, I've been hearing
Chance
that he would have probably been the second quarterback taken this draft. Is that true?
I mean, Ty Simpson,
Yeah.
That doesn't make it. And then you heard that like the general manager of the Rams is friends with Ty Simpson's dad, who's a college football coach.
Have you seen their coach after he's like, yeah. Yes.
I mean,
I didn't want him.
I get the whole succession planning. I mean, the Saints could have drafted, if they would have been aggressive, they could have gotten Patrick Mahomes. If they would have been not smoking crack, they could have gotten Lamar Jackson instead of Marcus, 2 first-round draft choices, Davenport. So I get that, but the Rams was in such a win-now mode. And then I've heard since the draft that, like this one and that one, they wouldn't have, offensive players, like they wouldn't have really been able to contribute as much at 13 as we would have needed them to. All right. So then you got a quarterback that's going to sit for the next 2 years. Like that doesn't make any kind of sense. So I don't know.
And then possibly there's ties with what's his name's wife, so
that's a little bizarre. Sliding
I thought you were going
to go ahead.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say there was ties to the Mossad.
Oh, I mean there might be.
I don't have the legal disclaimer thing on there, but here's your reminder, Chip, a little new artwork. Like and subscribe. Lisbon, Portugal is where that one came from. And just if you forgot that the 250th anniversary of America is coming up, make sure you like and subscribe before you blow things up with the fireworks. So,
heck yeah.
Oh, there's the legal disclaimer. There we go.
So, there is one topic we haven't talked about, but it needs to be discussed. Chip was the first one to bring kind of some. I accused Chip of being overly anxious, but here we are 2 weeks later, and we still only have one commitment in basketball. Chip, thoughts?
Public.
That's the rumors that there's some commitments behind the scenes.
I know. I mean, obviously, I know there's commitments behind the scenes, so I think we're fine. I'm not.
You were the one who was flying the flag, like, hey.
No, I was not.
You were concerned.
I just thought they would be done. I thought they would be done by now.
That's all. What, 12 more spots to fill?
Yeah, I guess it's cause for concern, but we know that there's some people out there.
Hal says we will be fine. Will knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. I trust Hal for sure.
Listen, I wasn't nervous 2 weeks ago. I'm getting there now, Chip. I'm getting there. Heard a lot of international flair might be the way it goes.
We'll see. I mean, hopefully we see sooner than later.
Yeah.
But, you know, I do think Will Wade will get it done. I have all the confidence in Coach Wade. After all, he is my favorite coach of all time at LSU in any sport. So
G Moose says we will wade through this.
I see that. I was trying to pull up Shea Dixon on 3, but my phone was acting up and saying, "Oh, you got to resubscribe or some shit like that." I'm like, I already paid for that shit. A lot of international flavor, G League. So there's stuff to be announced, but surprising still that it's been all this time that only one's been named. So
yes. So there's still it might be the roster might look non-traditional.
Well, the results have been non-traditional for LSU men's basketball. So hopefully, however it's configured, that there are better results on the court.
Hal says he can't, or Hal says, I just can't wait for the meltdown on social media from a certain fan base when we do
excited about that one too.
Yeah.
What I will say though, I mean, we have been. People will say we weren't, but we have been pretty strong in the portal ever with our last coach and didn't amount to anything.
Coaching matters.
We have no players right now, so I get it.
We have one player.
We do.
Well, you know the old Three Dog Night song, "One is the loneliest number."
That was Three Dog Night?
Yeah, one is the loneliest number that you ever do. Now, of course, I can't sing or carry a tune, but
same band that did Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog?
Yeah. Never been to Spain.
There was another one. Yeah, there was
they're fucking rocking back in the day. You didn't have the 8-track tape player for that one, Daniel?
In my 1977 Dodge Colt. 1975 Dodge Colt, I had an 8-track player.
I don't even know if I had FM radio. I think I only had AM radio.
No way.
I remember listening to the record, The Big Chill. My dad had it on vinyl back in 1986.
C-Dub says non-traditional. Does that mean they will go by pronouns? No, this isn't the WNBA.
The W.
You know, G-Moose just hit on something in Chance says Three Dog Night stole most of those songs.
It don't matter.
G-Moose says
yes.
Oh yeah,
rest in peace, David Allen Coe. You know the craziest thing?
I didn't realize he was that old.
The craziest thing is you wouldn't think that is Zombie Bob's music genre, but it is. You always have loved you some David Allen Coe.
100%.
EAC is the best. I love him.
So did
Elvis Presley stole Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog.
They all steal it. I'm going to throw this up here right now. I'm going to get out in front of it. Did y'all see who is it? Paige Buckner's? I don't even know what team she plays for in the WNBA, but her girlfriend was drafted first overall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You saw her press conference and her response to that?
Was it more recent than the one when it got shut down the first time?
No, she said she would respond to it one time and one time alone. She'll never respond to it again. But basically, it's none of your business.
That was the response?
Yeah. Am I paraphrasing it there, Chip? Well,
yeah, a little. But she will definitely tweet about it obnoxiously. So will ESPN. And she'll be a legend before you know it.
You can't ask questions about how it pertains to team chemistry, but they can promote it for their own interest, right?
Oh yeah. They'll definitely have rainbow numbers for sure.
Chance says Paige is getting more pussy than a lot of guys. LSU Odyssey says, you guys are the best. Thanks for having me on. Lonn, anytime.
Absolutely.
I do want to get him over here, man. I'm gonna do what I can.
Well, we have merch that we sell now, right, Daniel?
Yes. Find it where, Zombie Bob?
Shopify.
No, not on shop. GoTeam.com.
Oh, GoTeam.com.
No. Shopify is just the outsourcer.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm really old and I don't know all this shit. It's okay. The GoTeam.com.
The GoTeam.com. At the top there's a link to the online store. So just go to thegoteam.com. That is www.thegoteam.com.
Hutco Roofing.com.
And while you're there, also feel free to check out our collection of Crocs and 15-inch inseams, your Angry Capris. Zombie Bob, would you like to tell us a little bit about Angry Capris?
Angry Capri. He's angry at me. He's angry at you. To
get your own Angry Capris, tweet us at GoTeamPod and use the hashtag I want my Angry Capris. We have sent people free Angry Capris.
You got to wear black shoes too, like dark shoes with like off-colored insoles.
So if you tweet us at GoTeamPod and use the hashtag I want my Angry Capris, you will get a pair of the authentic, the original 15-inch inseams Dickies. If you sweat and swear for a living, do so in your Angry Capris.
My boy's about to go.
You're spoiled. You're spoiled.
Sorry, Chip.
Sorry.
Zombie loves the sound effects.
I do love the you're spoiled. About the 3-0 this week. We got to start the quest to get in the tourney.
Well, they're not going to play tomorrow night.
Oh, it's going to rain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As a guy who's got a T-ball game tomorrow night, looking at the
you still got a crawfish boil Saturday?
Got a crawfish boil on Saturday.
Rain or shine?
Well, it's supposed to clear out by 6 a.m. and it starts. Gates open at 3.
So you're playing 2 on Saturday?
You're playing 2 on Saturday.
They already canceled it?
South Carolina.
There's no way Jay's playing that. It's literally like 90% chance of rain.
Yeah, you're right. What about early?
No, it's supposed to rain. It's
all day.
It's like today again tomorrow.
Well, yeah, there's no way Jay's going to play it.
So does that help or hurt us that it's a doubleheader?
It might help. I mean, you just don't know with this team, right?
Do you have a Friday pitcher?
Is he not pitching for sure?
Yeah, but they're not playing on Friday.
Ooh, so maybe Schmidt could start the first game. Ooh, that actually could play to our benefit.
That could play to our benefit.
Right. If you don't have a Friday pitcher, don't play on Fridays.
I keep hoping that I just think he's going to turn it around at some point. There's going to be, but you know what? Life isn't always like that. I'm spoiled.
Yes, Schmidt is throwing the first game, according to Hal.
Nice.
I just want to give a little side note shout out to Lion Up LeBlanc tonight. He and I were DMing back and forth, giving me a little help with the 3D printed chains that I have for Southeastern, and got to get the color scheme on point. So
you got great colors, dude. They got great colors. It isn't just like the Oakland A's.
Yeah, but it just
it's tough.
Yeah, my design, I would say team, but the design execution sometimes isn't always. Well, I think I've told you this story, not that you're supposed to remember it, but like back in my previous life when I had a trucking company, I had guys, drivers that were like, like this is broken. It's going to cost you $10 million if you bring it to the shop, but I got a guy. All right, we're going to bring it by him, Bubba. You heard? And we're going to bring it by him, and this guy is going to do it. And bam, you're going to save $8 million. Okay. Well, then the guy only could do it on weekends, and then he had
Yes.
kids every other weekend. So it's like the opportunity cost here. Like you're saving me money in your head, but in reality, my truck's not repaired and it's not back out earning. So like, it's better to spend the money and all that. So then my design execution team sometimes uses what's on hand for a prototype instead of
like do you actually have to put in the colors? Like does it have canary yellow or old gold? Maybe that's more.
If you have it in stock, that's what gets run. Yeah. Gotcha. So it's like, hey, whatever. Well, like trucking moves America, Percy. When I first got into trucking, I did not realize it is the religion that it is. Some guys would only drive, Freightliners. Some guys would only drive a truck that had a Cummins engine in it. And to a person, every one of them fought me when I upgraded my fleet over the years and I bought automatics. And each one of them told me I'm not driving an automatic.
Percy set you up.
I'm not driving an automatic transmission, but then they'd be like, oh my God, this thing drives like a Cadillac. Yeah, it's a brand new fucking truck, motherfucker.
Yeah, because you made them switch to Volvos, right?
We switched to Volvos. I mean, I was spending so much money. Actually, this is a fucking long time ago. I closed my books on 2015. Saw how much I was spending on repairs to keep older trucks on the road. I was like, I can buy a brand new truck with this. So I started buying brand new trucks.
Shout out to Big River?
Old River and Bow Bridge. Mr. George. I know
Mr. George.
Yeah. Best salesman ever.
Did
why?
All your drivers speak English?
Say again?
Did all your drivers speak English?
Yes.
They were all good. In California, they have an issue with that.
There was one driver that Daniel met that was born here, but didn't really speak English because it was hard to.
River talk.
No. You remember Heavy?
Oh, that's who I thought you were going to say.
Yeah,
but I met several of your drivers.
East New Orleans East talk.
Yes, but Heavy. I couldn't understand truck. I couldn't understand him. I don't remember why we were driving up to Baton Rouge to pick up a truck or to do something, Daniel, and I had to have you meet me out there. But we were riding in the truck and he's talking and I'm just like, yeah, oh, okay, yeah. And then he's like, I asked you, A, B, or C or whatever. Like I couldn't fucking understand him. I'm like, Rocky from St. Rose, you gotta translate this shit for me. And I would even say to him when he called me, I would text him. I'm like, fucking text me. Do not call me. So anyway, well, Chance is saying, but Chance, like, the comedy I was on, like Mr. George, I didn't even know this guy. Walked into the showroom. He's there. I'm like, this is my situation. I don't want 2017s. I want 2016s. I'm going to buy 2 of them. He's like, I'm like, sell me a 2016. Do not sell me 2017s. He's like, well, Steve, I'm going to sell you that there truck right there in the showroom, which I bought and became the Black Mamba. And then you see that truck out there on the fence line. I'm going to sell you that one right there, which I bought. That one I didn't buy, but I did buy the other one. I then bought my next 9 trucks from Mr. George because he fucking listened to me. Whereas everybody down here in the greater New Orleans area is trying to get over on me. Not Mr. George. God rest his soul. I have no idea if he's still alive.
Something about the honest people of Bro Bridge, right?
Yeah,
good, hardworking people,
right? Well, it might give you a chub. It gave me a fucking heart attack. So big trucks, big bills. Daniel, the time I told you that, how much was I paying in workers' comp a month, Daniel?
Oh God, I can only imagine.
Wasn't it? It was ridiculous. I can't
it's like
even
5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
something
right.
Like that. Yeah.
It was between 5 and 10. I remember that.
We have a guy that pulled out on a cop and tried to sue the cop and spent a year out of work and is now just coming back because he realized his lawsuit wasn't going to go through.
Jeez.
It's funny.
Meanwhile, the only workers' comp I got to worry about is if people fall out of chairs in the office.
Right.
That's it.
Personally, the Old River dealership right there on the it's not even
On the interstate, right?
It's on the interstate right there. Mr. George was my guy, my go-to guy. I mean, literally, I bought my next 9 trucks from him. Didn't go anywhere else. I'm like, Mr. George. So actually, I'm gonna have to pull up a picture. The last truck I bought from him was a 2020 Volvo, and it was that purple and gold, purple and yellow color. The chassis was yellow, the cab was purple, but it sat. I guess they ordered it thinking that somebody was going to buy it right off the bat, and I got a great deal on it, and they threw in free decaling. So I'll pull up that picture and have it for you next time, because I had the
LSU stuff on it.
LSU stuff on there, legend status, 15-0, national championship, still on the road. I was actually last week, Daniel, I'm going southbound. That truck was going northbound on the causeway last week, and I called Rocky from St. Rose.
Did it hit you in the feels?
No.
You're like, glad I ain't got to pay for that motherfucker to keep moving.
That truck is still, I sold that truck to them a few years ago, and that truck will be paid off Christmas of this year. So they still have like 8 more payments to go on that truck. Like,
wow, they're expensive.
Big trucks, big bills.
Dude, dump trucks are like,
I don't know. I was going to get into dump trucks, but like, because
I was
they got
gonna
looking fucking Mack dump trucks there.
When your company cars are Honda Fits and Chevy Cruises, you pay those off in no time.
I mean, break change for a 20, you can pay it off. But
Pretty much. So
right.
we said it at the same time.
Yeah, all good. Hopefully the weather permits that LSU can take 2 of 3 from South Carolina this weekend.
I'll bring a TV to the crawfish boil on Saturday.
That's because you're a glutton for punishment.
Well, the way this one's formatted, we'll have it depends on what time they play. We'll have a bunch of spare time. The one thing I don't like is you don't get your booth assignment until you show up. It's first come, first serve.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you this question. You're getting ready to go on an airplane ride. You're going from here to wherever you want to go, San Diego. How are you one of those that are at the gate?
No, fuck no.
No, you're like the last one to get on?
Yeah. I'm going to sit in my seat over here while the rest of you people line up like sheep. But I also don't fly anymore either. I'm done.
You're done with flying?
Yeah.
Never again?
Never again.
Never.
I won't say never because you could talk me back to going to Ireland. But that's it. Other than that, I will only vacation in the United States of America.
If you can drive.
If I can drive, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll drive anywhere. You know me, like you.
No.
I'll drive anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Israelis could shoot you down anywhere, though.
Tomorrow.
The Israelis could shoot you down anywhere, though.
What?
On the next episode of Go Political.
I am that obnoxious guy. I want to get in my seat as soon as possible, and I want my shit in the overhead bin above my seat. I don't want it anywhere else. I don't want anybody else's shit in my bin.
I don't want to touch none of my stuff. Lighten up, Francis.
Yeah, lighten up, Francis. I am Francis when it comes to getting on a plane and getting my shit right there. Don't touch my stuff.
I kill you.
Percy, we're in the beginning stages. Zombie Bob is out.
Yeah, I am not.
We're in the beginning stages of a podcast called Go Political. Be a good episode tonight, too. A lot going on. Supreme Court rulings.
Yeah.
But that's not what this show is
about gerrymandering.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel's cool with it if it's on one side, but if it's
See, this is why we won't be able to do the shows. Because
I was joking, dude.
If we do the show, it has to be like our favorite morning show. But Chip's going to take pot shots.
Says the pot
No
shot.
smack in the chat.
That was a joke.
Peace, love, and understanding. Chip.
Peace, love, and understanding.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Oh, wait, what does he always say? What's the word that he always says? Next slide. Or what is he? Slide number 2.
103, please.
Oh, wait,
103.
103.
That's right.
There you go. Like and subscribe. I
103.
said 103. Oh, fuck. No, sorry.
Where's 103? We're
Right
waiting.
Here we go. Here we go.
I miss him with the old crew, though, man. Gosh.
Yeah, it
The
depends
old
on the
crew was good.
It was fantastic, but they obviously all three didn't see eye to eye, even though they all three were great.
I could tell you what I heard, but it fits my narrative.
All right. So, but wait, going back to go political. So, Daniel, you'll represent one spectrum, one end of the spectrum, and Chip the other.
I mean, Chip claims that I lean left, but
No, I don't. I think he leans right. These bullshits that he leans left.
no, Chip never believes my actual political beliefs.
Well, they've changed like 50
Well,
billion.
for years, you said you voted for Biden, and now you say that you voted.
I only said that because Gabagool Gabe believed me.
He did,
and that was a bit that I played in my office where I told them that I voted for Biden.
and a lot of them believed him.
Oh, I won so many bets because of that 2020 election that there were people, my employees were saying that, oh, just wait. Mike Pence isn't going to confirm the election and then Trump's still going to be the president. And I'm like, listen, you just have to buy me Chick-fil-A. I'll buy you Ruth's Chris, whatever you want for lunch.
Yeah, you can't.
But come this date, Joe Biden will be the president. They were like, no, he's not going to be the president.
No way. That was a funny time. And
I won like 10 free lunches in the office.
wait, did you? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you can't. I mean, white women just don't. You can't really,
It was Gabagool Gabe too.
Yeah. Oh, well, Gabagool gave his bona fide white woman. Just kidding.
No. Listen, there will be, if we do that show, there will be a permanent legal disclaimer on the screen.
I do want to do.
It can be polarizing.
I want to see what it goes to. Got to reel me in. You're gonna have to reel me in sometimes.
Yeah, Chip will go
I
a little
love
while.
Percy's George Floyd comment earlier. That was fucking fantastic. That was a good way to start the show. He's good. George Floyd. By the way, my niece is named Georgia.
There you go.
I had a friend named Georgia back in the day.
Yeah.
Had. So that means I've talked to her more recently than you have.
Oh, have you?
Because I mean, I might as well. My company might as well pay her a retainer.
She's not there anymore.
Since when?
She's like, the fuck you call it? She's like a big wig. She works for somebody that has like a gazillion, companies and enterprises and stuff. She's like head counsel for somebody.
How long has that been?
It's been a while.
Oh, never mind.
So I may have spoken to her more recently than you.
Maybe it has been a while, but I joked with her at one point. I'm like, I might as well be paying you a retainer because I've sent like 4 people your way.
Oh, there you go.
Which I have stories, but I have to save that for another.
Right.
I can't say.
Go
I
for
hear
it.
I hear you and everything. So, anyway, I'm going.
Georgia like Rosa Parks. I'm not going to the back of the bus. Percy says he thought about going to J5. I'm thinking he says G means J6, but my Ranger was giving me issues. My Ford Taurus was giving me issues.
We should get a beta to be our one of our sponsors.
Yes.
So,
Well,
all right, gentlemen.
good having
All
you
right.
on.
Always a pleasure. Percy and Chance and G Moose and Hal and
Met them all early on. We had
Yeah,
Carl the Cat.
Carl
We had
the Cat.
C-Dub. Dominic was back.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Dominic's work.
Dominic was the guy that always asked to be on the show. Hey, can I be on? Hey, can I be on? So that's why I remembered him. But it had been a while.
Does he have a podcast? I mean, podcasting equipment is expensive.
Inexpensive.
No, expensive. It should be more expensive than it is.
For
So
us.
it's not as easy to get into it.
Only for us.
Only for us. Percy, anytime. We'll be glad to see you back.
C-Dub saying, peace.
All right, gentlemen. Hey, good night, Mrs. Calabash.
Wherever you are.